Good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel, where today I'm going to be talking about what has been going on lately on the Resilient Jenkins side of the internet. And if you're interested in seeing direct reactions to what the Resilient Jenkins actually posts, head on over to my TikTok page, Anonymous Commentary, because that's where I post a lot of that content. But today we're just going to be talking about some things that have been going on lately. And if you haven't heard, Desiree's people went live and talked about how Stephanie and Drew didn't do anything for Drew's son Deshaun's 10th birthday. And I think that's so sad. I think that's so unfortunate. A 10-year-old boy deserves to feel special on his birthday. He deserves gifts, and he deserves for his dad to show up for him, right? And I guess he went there that next weekend, and they didn't have anything for him, and they didn't do anything. And that's just disappointing. But are we really surprised? Not surprised, especially after her 3-year-old, after his birthday, where she posted minimally nothing. It was like one sentence for a birthday post. And then that weekend, they ended up taking all the kids to an arcade in celebration of his 3rd birthday, which was just strange because she said that the 3-year-old got overstimulated in an indoor playground, which is more age appropriate for a toddler his age. But I guess all kids are different, and maybe the arcade was better for him. But also, her 2 young children just recently had seizures. So to bring those children to an arcade with bright flashing lights probably isn't the best idea. Probably isn't something I would have done. But typically things that Stephanie and Drew do don't make any sense. But it was like, okay, at least they did something with the kids. At least they celebrated the 3-year-old's birthday in one way. And then months before the 3-year-old's birthday, it was the 1-year-old's birthday. And for her birthday, she got surf and turf. She got multiple posts with paragraphs about her birthday. She got gifts for her birthday that Stephanie posts about. And they went to the indoor playground for the 1-year-old's birthday. When it's like, in reality, the 1-year-old really isn't going to remember. Like, of all the times to be like, okay, we're going to save some money. We're just going to do something easy at home. Just celebrate her birthday, get her a few gifts. That would be the time. But it's like the 10-year-old knows what's going on. He knows that you guys aren't doing anything for his birthday. Like, you should have taken them to Urban Air. These kids have been begging to go to Urban Air, according to Stephanie, for a long time, and she still has yet to take them. I feel like for Drew's son's 10th birthday, going to Urban Air would have been a great birthday gift and a great way to celebrate his birthday. And I know Stephanie technically is not supposed to post anything about Deshaun, but she does. She just puts a sticker over half of his body, but you know it's still him. Like, it's very clear that's who's in the image. So she still posts him. And Drew posts him on his TikTok too. So I don't think the fact that Stephanie's not supposed to post him is an excuse as to why she couldn't post anything about his birthday or wish him a happy birthday. I think that was a choice. I think it was deliberate. And I think that she is petty because Desiree is now involved. And that's sad. That's a sad reality. It would have been easy for you to just post something about his birthday without including a picture of his actual face. But of course she didn't do that. And I'm not surprised. But also in this live video, they talked about how the Jetta is down. The Jetta is having problems. I guess it's overheating during the day, allegedly. So he can only drive at night. So Drew had to end up like texting Desiree saying, hey, you need to come pick up Deshaun right now because the Jetta is not working properly. It's overheating. And then allegedly that they didn't send the girls to school for a week due to the issues that the Jetta was having. Which is fucked up, right? When I was in school, if you just left sick, like, it was a big deal. Like, you were going to get looked into if you didn't have a doctor's note. So if they just pulled the kids out of school for a week because of car issues, I really don't think that that is a justified reason to not send your children to school for a week. And I'm really interested to see if this actually is what happened. And I don't think that would look good for them. We know CPS is already involved with these children. So taking the girls out of school for a week because the Jetta is overheating is totally inappropriate. But it's like, also, let's get that fixed right away, right? I'll be interested to see how long these car issues go on for. And I'm going to be interested to see if we start talking about it in videos. Because if it is an issue that they're not going to fix, I can almost guarantee she's going to start talking about it in videos. And it's like, a lot of people say, oh, they have money. It's not a money issue. It's a credit issue. No, I think it's a money issue. I think it's a money issue, and I think it's a priority issue. I think they're spending their money on things that they don't need, and they're not adequately saving. But I think this will be interesting because this scenario will definitely prove to us if it's a money issue or if it's a credit issue. Because if they don't get the car fixed, it's clearly because they don't have the money to get the car fixed. Because at this point, they are clearly fine staying in the motel room. The motel room does not seem to be that big of an issue to them. Stephanie seems to romanticize it. She's posting videos about the nostalgia of it. But I think the reality is it's a priority issue, it's a money issue, and they're spending their money on things that they don't need. And I just don't think they have an adequate savings. And I think that's going to become a really big issue for them, especially if now they're having car troubles. Because Drew relies on the car to get to work. He relies on the car to do his gig work, which is door dashing. So they need the Jetta. The Jetta has to get fixed. Like, that is a priority. And if it doesn't get fixed right away, I think that is a telling sign that there is no money saved up. There is no emergency fund. And people on TikTok have been transparent. If you watch the XOXO Gossip Mom, she broke down what she makes on TikTok. And if you look at her views, if you look at Stephanie's views, they're similar. Stephanie gets more. I think Stephanie's getting paid more, and she monetizes across several different platforms, including Facebook, which is one that pays out the best. And it's just like, where is all of that money going? If the car is having problems and you have money in your account, that should have been fixed first thing. It should have never been the kids aren't going to go to school for a week. It should have been right away, we're going to get this fixed as quickly as possible. But again, I don't know that they have the money. And Stephanie posts now in her videos, she starts it out and she's like, a family trying to save for a better living space, something like that. So she's talking about the fact that they are trying to save money, but we see no evidence of that, right? We see no evidence other than word of mouth. And actions speak louder than words, Stephanie, and you're still in the motel room a year later, so it's really hard for me to believe that they have an adequate savings or that they've been saving any of their money. And I think a video of Stephanie being transparent and talking about how much money she's making, how much she's saving, where her money is going would be huge for her. I think this would finally be an opportunity for her to get some positive engagement if she were to actually be transparent and show accountability with the money that she's making. But she never does that. It's always just, oh, we're saving. But there's no proof and there's no evidence that there's any money saved up or that they're actively trying to get out of the motel. It just seems like they're very comfortable there, being what she posts. She seems comfortable there to me. And I think if she truly was saving and she truly did have an adequate number in her savings account, she would have already showed us. She showed us her credit score, and it's fair. She literally uploaded a screenshot of her credit score. I think if she had a substantial amount in her savings, she would have already shown us. Because this is a woman who cares deeply about how the internet perceives her. And so if she has any ounce of evidence that she thinks will make her look better, she's going to show us. But she hasn't. And I think the reality is because that money is getting blown elsewhere. And I think she knows if she was transparent about it, it would make her look even worse. Thank you for watching my YouTube video today, guys. If you're interested in more content like this, I'm really just going to be uploading talks to YouTube and just talking about different things that are going on the internet. But thank you so much for watching. Please interact with this video and please subscribe and head over to my TikTok page so we can talk there as well.